2023 will be a huge year for racing games. There's a few big series with releases due, as well as some promising new titles. This video is your complete guide to all the upcoming releases, with the top 8 that you need to know about. Stick around till the end, you don't want to miss out on any of these games. Up first is Forza Motorsport, with the latest entry again being developed first party by Xbox Game Studios through Turn 10. Many of us thought it would follow on and be named Forza Motorsport 8, but they're ditching the number this time round, which shows they're trying to be a bit new here with a reboot. The game is being built on the overhauled Forza Tech engine, with design being ground up focused on next-gen consoles and PC, because yes, it will be on PC and also Game Pass from release this time, but sadly won't be coming to Xbox One. We also already know lots about the improvements coming, including multiple tyre compound options as well as improved fuel consumption and tyre wear, things that will make the experience a lot more realistic and compatible with more serious and endurance racing. With improved physics, the developers are also looking at opportunities for esports around this title, and the multiplayer is also set to be improved, with online races becoming more notable events. Alongside this, there'll be the usual diverse mix of cars and tracks, as well as an all-new day-night time progression system and new damage model. It looks really impressive. The graphics are looking pretty spectacular too. We've seen what Gran Turismo 7 managed, and that had to be released on PS4 as well, so there's absolutely massive potential for a game developed only for this next-gen power. Forza Motorsport is releasing in spring 2023. Next up is Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. It's been over 10 years since the last test drive game, so there's big expectations for it to retain its pretty legendary status. Thankfully, things are looking promising. Here's what we know so far. The game is to be set in Hong Kong, but more impressively at a 1-to-1 scale, so unlike a Forza game where the location is loosely based around a real place, this should feel a lot closer to the actual thing. If that's the case, then the map will be moderately sized at around 80 square kilometers. However, officially there will be 550 kilometers of drivable roads, and that's double what Horizon 5 offers. Pretty huge. You will of course have freedom to roam around this map as you please, as well as racing and cruising with friends in what's shaping up to be a great car selection. Lots of big manufacturers have already been confirmed. There's also going to be a strong story element, with the game making you pick a side between two competing clans. From this, it's looking like the story will revolve around taking the other clan down. If past entries are anything to go off, even if they are 10 years ago, other cool features are still on the table, such as car dealerships and properties that you can walk around in, as well as detailed car controls such as indicators, windows and convertible roofs. The game's been in development for 5 years and already pushed back, so we're hopeful it can come out the gate strong. The last gen versions of the game for PS4 and Xbox One have also been cancelled, and while this may cut some players off, it bodes well for the overall experience and especially the graphics. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown is set to be released in 2023. Its release date will be updated in the description as it's available. Next up is another also really exciting but this time all new game, Indycar. Officially licensed by the Real World series and in partnership with Motorsport Games, Indycar is shaping up to be a really strong contender in the more accessible sim racing category. We don't have any game or trailer footage as of yet, but screenshots show work is well underway. On Twitter, they've also shown their drivers being scanned to be included in the game, so it looks like you might be able to play as and race with the real drivers, like in the Formula 1 games. Its developer, Motorsport Games, make all the NASCAR games, but have recently acquired rFactor 2, arguably one of the most realistic racing simulators you can get your hands on. This bodes well for the realism of IndyCar if it's anything like rFactor, but also its more accessible, arcadey elements if some things from their NASCAR games are also incorporated. IndyCar's official esports series is also currently run on rFactor, so perhaps this would shift over to their own game when it's ready. It's looking pretty good. Up next is TT Isle of Man, this time with Ride on the Edge 3. Even if you don't usually play bike games, hang on, because this one will be taking a slightly different route with its open roads feature. We're going to get 32 circuits including past and present courses, as well as nearly 40 bikes across both Superbike and Supersport classes, with overhauled physics promised to improve realism. With the new open roads feature though, you can free roam over 200 kilometers of roads to complete online challenges and find points of interest. There's still reasonable ambiguity within the description we've got though, so watch this space to get more information as it comes out. It's certainly not going to be an open world game as we know it, but it's looking like we'll get a taste of one in some limited form, of course alongside all the standard racing modes. Only time will tell how well this is going to work, but Ride on the Edge 3 is releasing for all consoles, thank God, and PC in May 23. The next game is exciting news for the WRC series. Developer Kyloton has been in control of the game for the last 7 years, however it's now being handed over to Codemasters, owned by everyone's favourite developer, EA. WRC Generations was only released recently, but it's very possible we'll be seeing the next game rather soon, this time in the form of WRC 23, a naming scheme that would put it in line with the F1 and other sports games offered under EA. An EA insider has revealed that lots of new features will be coming to the game under Codemasters, including the ability to build your own rally car from the ground up. This would supposedly entail buying the engine, brakes, suspension and gearbox amongst others, as well as making key design decisions such as type of drivetrain. To me this sounds quite like the latest F1 game's R&D system, but taken to the absolute next level in a format that works for rally cars. Let's wait and see what Codemasters can bring to the table with the next game in this franchise. Talking of F1, next up is the annual Formula 1 game, F1 23, and there's a few things we know about this one already. The last game, F1 22, came with some new features in the forms of F1 Life and the new supercars. The reception on these was mixed, so it'll be interesting to see how and if they're incorporated going forwards. What will be returning though is a narrative/story element. In F1 2021 we got Breaking Point, a Formula 1 based story mode that had you racing throughout a load of team and driver drama. It ended up being pretty well executed, partly due to its 2-year development cycle. This means that we can expect another round of story mode after it being absent in F1 22. Whether it continues on with the storyline of Breaking Point or starts again is yet to be known though. Crossplay can also be expected as it's been hugely successful in F1 22. I wouldn't be surprised if we also get some career mode or My Team mode upgrades. F1 23 can be expected in late June or early July 2023. Rounding out our top upcoming racing games is Rennsport, an all-new serious simulator that will take on the likes of ACC and rFactor 2. The developers are a very new organisation, however carry experience from members who've worked on other projects in the past, such as Forza Motorsport. The sim is focused on absolute realism. The graphics are built on Unreal Engine 5, however the physics have been done completely separately from the ground up. So far there are some GT3 cars confirmed, as well as the Porsche Mission Arc concept car, which shows that there's a lot more scope for racing variety here than just GT3, like we see in Assetto Corsa Competizione. The developers also hope to bring open wheel and historic cars to the table, which would really make this a very versatile sim, so long as the experience could be top notch across the board of all this variety. It will be coming to PC to begin with, also with VR support, with a later console version sounding unlikely but not completely off the cards. The current intended pricing model is also quite interesting, as it will be free to play for a limited amount of content, with the rest stuck behind iRacing-like paywalls. This could change though. Rennsport is due for a late 2023 release, with a January closed beta and spring open beta. Links to sign up to those will be in the description. So that's all the games I have for you in this video. 2023 really is looking good, whether you're into bike, car, open world or hardcore sim racing. If you have enjoyed this video, then a like or even a sub would be absolutely amazing. But that's all, so thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.